Hello YouTube. This is our video on um. eh, Okay, whatever. This is our video on to help beginners out with starting out paintball. If you have any questions on paintball stuff. Let's start off with. Now you play rugby a bit. Your first time playing, you get interested into it, and I'm not gonna keep doing that. Well, you get interested into it, and then you don't know what to do and what to start buying. I want to get a, oh no, I want to get an ego, what most kids want to get nowadays is everybody's like, oh, ego, ego.
Most kids say ego fun.
Most kids like egos when they don't even know what the ego is. Well, they do, or they know what it is, but don't know paintball enough. Well, first thing you should always get is always a mask, because the rental masks, they stink, Like, for example, I work at a field and, rental masks, we wash them, but, weekend after weekend, like after a month, we'll wash them, but, the sweat, especially in the summer, we'll get along the foam inside and get all old and stinky. You didn't want that. So, and also, most rental masks don't have the anti-fog lens on them, like, what you would do if you would buy a mask. Now, I suggest either getting a V-Force mask, because they come with awesome softness, which makes balls bounce off. And it also comes with a visor for rainy days to keep the rain out of the thermal lens, and the thermal lens keeps it from fogging. They make great masks, just the profilers. Just check if it's an inner profiler, because the older ones have a problem with getting shot in the nose. I've seen it happen last week. Personally, I like the.
This is my gear bag, by the way.
Yeah, because my gear bag's in the garage and I didn't feel like getting it.
Mine's better than this, so it doesn't matter.
I'm sorry I spend my money on my stuff and not help my parents out with me up there. But yes, this is what I prefer. I use the I4s. Half the team uses I4s, half the team uses Slide Mask. Slide Mask is a great mask too. It pushes on your ears a lot, which I don't like that a lot. But this is my preferred mask, but most people don't like it because it's really small and tends to show the bottom part of your chin. Great mask for everybody. Great mask for some people. But yes, second thing I would get would be your tank, because CO2 not very consistent. Plus once you get your gun, some guns don't like CO2, and then you'll have to use CO2, and then you put CO2 through your friggin' bob long, and you're done with that gun until you get a new solenoid. Yeah, don't do that. So get your tank, whichever tank's closest to what you want, to your style or how you feel. But the best way to know is what I saw in an all-in video. Take your tank and put it on here, and if your tank's to here, like the size of your arm thing, you're good. Well, I use this because I'm a Snake player. This is Ben's, borrow it till I get my own booby tank. But yes, great tank. After that, you should get a hopper. We use the rotors and Z2s, but we use this mostly because the rotors are a great hopper. Easy to maintain. Just Dye likes to overprice their stuff as always, but it's a great hopper. Feeds faster than every single gun. Should shoot, but you ever know that? Oh yeah. If you can't, I'm not for the rotor. VMAX. Get it. I love the VMAX. Great hopper. It shoots as fast. It feeds as fast as you need to shoot. It feeds 30 balls a second, and you're not going to need to shoot 30 balls a second. If you're shooting 30 balls a second, you should just, go somewhere. You don't need to be playing if you're going to be shooting like that. Which brings me to my next thing. Starter gun. You do not need to start the fast gun. Starting with the fast gun would be your mistake. starting with the A5. A5, great gonna start with. You know why? It's reliable. It will always be there. Always be there. Works with CO2 or HPA. So if you do not have a tank, or you buy a CO2 tank, you can just run a CO2 tank through this, and we're just fine. This black micro line means it's a new version of A5, which means you can run HPA through it. The other A5s you can run through, some of them HPA. Some other ones don't like it, HPA. But it comes with a cyclone feed, which feeds by itself. When you shoot, it'll feed as fast as you shoot. Comes with this 8-inch barrel, right? Yeah, this is his A5. Anyways, yeah, and it's customizable. Like everything's customizable. You can change everything. You can force a new barrel. You can take out the hopper and put any hopper you want. You can upgrade the actual insides of this to make it feed 30 balls a second if needed, but it's not needed at all. You can put a collapsible butt stock on it. You can put an E-trigger or anything you want on this thing. Then I suggest, trying the different types of paintball after that. There's speedball, and there's, scenario. We play speedball because we like speedball, but some guys don't like it. Just try it out. If you play speedball, it's a lot more aggressive part of paintball than woods ball is, because you play, it's like just hence its name, speedball. It's more aggressive than woods ball any day. So if you play with the A5, expect to be looked at funny. Just saying. Yeah, and if you like that, just get like a starter gun for speedball. I suggest it be a G4. G4 is like the best gun for the price. That and the Axe are the best guns for the price. But the Axes should be like the gun after the G4 because it costs too much to buy for your first speedball gun. Just saying, you shouldn't spend like $500. Well, it's not $500, $450, but you shouldn't have to spend that much money for a first gun for speedball. You should be like $300, so you can have your hopper and your tank. So when you get your G4, you have your tank, which will work for your G4, and you have your hopper, which will feed as fast as you need to. Now, Empire sells a lot of, cheap stuff that you can afford that works really great. The Halo B, your hopper. Feed 22 balls a second stock. Unless you get the V35 chip, which is sold with the V35 chip for like $90, if I'm correct. I'm not for sure, but yeah, that, or you can get the what was the other one? The Invert 2. The Invert 2 is a great hopper too. It's like $70 for that. Eggies, they're really tall and they're out of style now.
I'm a fan of the Eggies.
What?
So I'm a fan of the Eggies.
I'm not a fan of Eggies. They're too tall to
You suck it!
Well, I'm sorry. They're like odd shaped and too tall for me. I like to have a low profile. But yes, Eggies. No. Rotors, Z2s, anything else. The velocity is kind of iffy too. It's not a very strong hopper. It tends to break if you're an aggressive player like I am. And after you get the G4 and you like speedball, then you can get the Axe, you can get the Ego, you can get the anything you want. I don't judge you by whatever gun you get after that. If you like woods ball, stick with your A5. A5 works forever. My friend has a 98 and he still uses it, and it's been a long time I've seen him using it. Another friend has an A5 and he's been using it ever since I started playing paintball, which was 5 years ago, and he's been using it ever since. Never had a problem with it. Never. Ever. You run the CO2 through it because it's an older one, and it's never had a problem with the A5s. All tipping guns are extremely reliable and never break down. They're built to last, and they do last. And that is our video on what to get for a starter. Stay aggressive.